Education, a power and nation's asset. Something that is very important to all human beings is education. The main objective of any education is the development of a personality, growth of social dignity, and ensure the power to live. In ancient times, education was mainly attained by oral means. That is, the knowledge was transferred from person to person by speech. In the olden days, all those who intended to learn went to the Gurukulas without any distinction of caste or creed and served the master, got education. The kings too encouraged such Gurukulas by extending their patronage and helping them with gifts and donations. A few of such ancient and famous universities like Nalanda, Takshashila, Vikramashila had eminent scholars and a treasure of valuable books. Many travelers and scholars visited these universities. Fahin and Huyenstang in their writings have left abundant information about these universities. Along with the passage of time, changes have become inevitable. A school has become the center of the society. It is a system in which education is transmitted to all those who are intelligent, irrespective of any caste, color, or religion. The development of science and technology, new inventions in the modern world have expanded the objective and intentions of learning. The rigid rules and traditions of the society have undergone a radical change. The class divisions and ignorant religious barriers have vanished. Education has become universal. The principles of freedom and equality have replaced the age-old and rusted traditions. Specialization in employment skills, scientific knowledge, and the need of economic stability have been profounded due to education. A result of all these and more, the position and status of a teacher has also undergone a radical change. A teacher should be resourceful, a person of great ability, intelligent and cultured. One person make up of all these great qualities was Dr. Sarvapalli Radhakrishnan.
ರಾಧಾಕೃಷ್ಣನ್ ಒಬ್ಬ ಅದ್ವಿತೀಯ ಪಂಡಿತರು ಆಗಿದ್ದರು ಮಾತ್ರ ಅಲ್ಲ, ಅದ್ವಿತೀಯ ಅಧ್ಯಾಪಕರೂ ಆಗಿದ್ದರು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಅವರ ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳಾಗಿದ್ದವರು ಅನೇಕ ಸಂದರ್ಭಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ನೆನಪಿಸ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅವರು ಒಬ್ಬ ಉದಾತ್ತ ಚೇತನದ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿ. ಅವ್ರನ್ನ ಮೈಸೂರು ವಿಶ್ವವಿದ್ಯಾನಿಲಯದ ಪುಣ್ಯ ಅಂತಂದರೆ ಅವರು ಕೂಡ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಅಧ್ಯಾಪಕರಾಗಿದ್ದರು.
Dr. Radhakrishnan was born in Tirutani of Chittoor district in Tamil Nadu on September 5, 1888. He completed his education in Madras and joined the Maharaja College of Mysore. He was the youngest lecturer among all the staff. Radhakrishnan was loved not only by his students but also by his colleagues. He had mastered many languages like Telugu, Tamil, Hindi, Sanskrit and English. Reading was his most loved hobby. The Maharaja College of Mysore is one of the 5 ancient colleges of India. This college was built during the time of Krishnarajendra Wadiyar in the last century when India was under British rule. Hence, this college gets the name Maharaja College. Many educationists and scholars have walked along the corridor of this college. In early days, this college was famous for the lectures of English scholars. But later, the college has produced quite a number of talents who have contributed their lot to the country and have grown as great personalities. This is the corridor on which legendary Dr. Radhakrishnan walked. The corridor leads to the classroom. It is here he stood and taught his students. How lucky were the students who had the privilege of learning from Dr. Radhakrishnan in this huge classroom. A scholar in philosophy, Dr. Radhakrishnan was well known as a great teacher.
ಸಾಮಾನ್ಯವಾಗಿ ಗುಡ್ ಟೀಚರ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. ಗುಡ್ ಟೀಚರ್ ಅಂತಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಪಾಠ ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಡ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಅಂತಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಅದು ನಿಜ ಅಲ್ಲಿ. ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಗುಡ್ ಟೀಚರ್ ಅಂತಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ರೆ ಮೌಲ್ಯಗಳು ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ, ಕಮಿಟ್ಮೆಂಟು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರಲ್ಲ, ಬದ್ಧತೆ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡು ಪಾಠ ಮಾಡ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಅಧ್ಯಾಪಕರಾಗಿರ್ಬೋದು. ಎಷ್ಟು ನಿಷ್ಠೆಯಿಂದ ಪಾಠ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ನನಗೆ ಅದು ನೆನೆಸ್ಕೊಂಡಾಗ ನಮ್ಮ ಶಿಕ್ಷಕರನ್ನ ನಾನು ಆಕ್ಷೇಪಣೆ ಮಾಡ್ತಾಯಿಲ್ಲ. ಎಲ್ಲ ಶಿಕ್ಷಕರು ಸಾಧ್ಯ, ಈಗಲೂ ಕೂಡ ಒಳ್ಳೆಯ ಶಿಕ್ಷಕರು ಸಿಗ್ತಾರಲ್ಲಿ. ಅವ್ರು ಎಂಥ ಒಳ್ಳೆಯ ಶಿಕ್ಷಕರಾಗಿದ್ದು ಅಂತ ಬಿಟ್ಟರೆ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಪಾಠ ಮಾಡೋದು ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಅಲ್ಲ, ಎಂಥ ಮೌಲ್ಯಗಳನ್ನ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡು ಎಷ್ಟು ಬದ್ಧತೆಯಿಂದ ಎಷ್ಟು ಪ್ರಾಮಾಣಿಕವಾಗಿ ಮಾಡ್ತಾಯಿದ್ರು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿಂದ ವರ್ಗ ಆದಾಗ ನೋಡಿ ಅದು ನೆನೆಸ್ಕೊಂಡ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ನನಗೆ ಎಷ್ಟೋ ನನಗೆ ಸಂತೋಷ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ದುಃಖನೂ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಇವಾಗೆಲ್ಲ ನಾವೆಲ್ಲ ಹೀಗಾಗೋಗ್ಬಿಟ್ರಲ್ಲ ಅಂದರೆ.
The young lecturer of Maharaja College, Dr. Radhakrishnan, used to sit in this very staff room. The reading room was his favorite place for reading newspapers. If you just climb down these stairs, you will reach the place much loved by Dr. Radhakrishnan, and these are the steps he used to reach his loved place. Cross this door and turn left. You are in the place, the library. The place Dr. Radhakrishnan loved to be. The library of Maharaja College has a collection of ancient and valuable books. These racks here speak history. The books here have had the touch of many scholars, including that of Dr. Radhakrishnan. A teacher is supposed to have two main features: one, resourcefulness, and the interest and commitment in transferring this knowledge for the good of humanity. A teacher is a power. It needs for a teacher to be an eternal student. Radhakrishnan was born in a traditional family. He did his schooling in German Mission School, Covalent School of Vellore, and Christian College of Madras. Most of his education was in Christian institutions, as a result of which he adopted the life of disciplinarian. In 1909, he completed his master's degree in philosophy from Madras University. After he left the Maharaja College in Mysore, he served as the Vice Chancellor of Andhra University, lecturer on Eastern religion and moral sciences in Oxford University. He also served the Kashi Hindu University as a Vice Chancellor and led the Indian delegation for UNESCO. After independence, Dr. Radhakrishnan was the president of a delegation of Indian universities. He was the first ambassador to Russia during the time of Stalin. In 1952, he became the Vice President of India. In the year 1953, he was awarded with Bharat Ratna. Germany bestowed its highest national award in 1955 and honored him. He was chosen as a Vice President for the second time in 1955 and as President in 1962. In his tenure as a President, he announced that any citizen of India was free to meet him in 2 days of a week. He kept this up till he completed his term.